everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for joining your virtual drinking buddy. Switching things up tonight, I'm here in the man cave, or should I say man-boy cave. Normally this room is occupied by my son and or his friends. Originally when we finished the room, it was going to be a shared space between my son and I, but I rarely have time to come down here, and he's had plenty of time, especially over the summer. But now school's in session, he has homework to do, and I have beer to drink, so here I am, drinking a little import from Germany. Get that up nice and close. Dinkelacker CD pills. So I was at Spirit World in Omaha, Nebraska, in the Xarban neighborhood, if anybody's curious, and I just happened to see a beer that had a bunch of what I thought was all German print. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it's actually like maybe 4 different languages, but none of it's English, and so I didn't recognize it right away. So, but anyway, I picked it up because, you know, why not? If it's foreign, it's got to be good. So, and when I was doing the research, they actually had a printable PDF, so I thought I'd just go ahead and print that off instead of handwriting a bunch of stuff out. Has a couple of pages here. Get that in a little closer. Wow, that's terrible. I'm trying to use my camera to, or my phone to line up with my camera. But anyway, so that's what I got. And the first page in English says, Founder Carl Dinkelacker would be proud of our pleasantly bitter Pilsner. In honor of him, it continues to carry his initials, CD Pills. Our brewer's recipe for success? Lots of passion and the best regional ingredients. The tart, fresh scent, and the floral hop bitterness are given by the finest Tettnanger hops. The selected malts and our fresh brewing water give the beer its unique characteristic. So, as you can see, it's a nice light gold color. I think my nose is a little stuffed up. I can't smell anything. Normally I can at least smell beer, you know. Sometimes different beers have different smells, but more times than not, at the very least, I can smell like a beer smell, just a vague beer smell. Tonight I can't smell anything, so I'll have to take their word for any floral notes. I should be able to taste it, though. It's good. Malty, maybe a little bit of a malty breadness in there. I don't know if that's the right term. It's got a bread flavor is what I should say. I'm not noticing a hoppy bitterness, really. A little bit, I suppose, but it's barely noticeable. So if you're not into hops, this would be a fine beer, I think. It's just a nice, smooth, crisp beer. I wouldn't say dry, just maybe crisp. It's like maybe medium light in body or texture, however you prefer to look at that. You know what? Another drink's needed. I guess maybe there's a hint of like a floral taste. I wouldn't necessarily say a hoppy taste, but there's some floral hints in there after the initial bread flavor that malts can sometimes produce. All in all, it's a pretty good beer. I would say it's a good, like, all-around beer. Like, if you were wanting to have it with a meal, I think it'd pretty much go well with whatever you're eating. It's just a real well-balanced. I don't want to say sweet because it's not really a noticeable sweetness, but it's got a better flavor than like your American Pilsners. Some of those got some like varying flavors. Some of it is from hops. Sometimes it's just I don't know, maybe from some of the other ingredients they use. Like I know rice is used in some American beers, but I would say that it has a smoother flavor than, say, a Budweiser. That's a pretty standard American lager. That's kind of like middle of the road, your XY axis meet at zero sort of pinpoint, and I would move this beer higher up in that. So, but yeah, if you want to have this with a steak, with a brat, I think it would go well with chicken. Like really, I think you couldn't really pair it with a food that it wouldn't go well with unless you're gonna do desserts, which I don't care to do. If I'm having a couple of beers, I'm probably not gonna have desserts. It's not one of those beers. I know some beers, it's suggested that it would pair well, but I wouldn't. But otherwise, there's really not a food that I can think of that it wouldn't go well with. I would order this at a sushi place or at a franchise burger place. So that's my take on it. And that's about all I have. Maybe I'll touch on this real quick. On the other page, it shows it that you can get it in a bottle. You can buy a carton of bottles, which apparently is also a case. It says 24 by 331, so it's 331 milliliters in the bottle. Or you can buy it in keg. Although I found it in tall boys, so it is what it is. I'm not sure where else around here I could get it, but I found it at Spirit World in Omaha. And then there's some other measurements that probably mean more to like a wholesaler or a distribution center. It doesn't really mean much to me, so I'm not going to bore you with those facts. I'm sure I've bored you enough already. Hopefully not. And that's all I got. Thanks for joining me, and this is the Malted Gentleman reminding you, you only have one liver, so use it wisely.